What do you think is the largest obstacle the payments technology industry has to overcome in the coming 12 months?
I think if you look at from a local perspective in Indonesia, the regulatory environment has already evolved to an extent that it is supporting the new players to come in and do. Uh, there has to be more awareness and interoperability, which is likely to increase the reach of mobile financial services to the masses, if you want to call it. I think those are the two important points that I can say: that awareness and interoperability.
And what is your vision for the mobile money industry in the next 5 years?
So we are likely to see lots of this alternate forms of payment catching up, and they are becoming more and more mainstream now. There are already certain countries that have adopted this in a big way. Countries where a large amount of GDP is flowing on these kind of instruments. So I see that there is going to be a gaining acceptance, and we will see a lot of distinction between what a formal bank is going to provide versus these other players are going to provide, which will be essentially either a payment operator or some smaller companies who can do the micro payments very well.
Okay, we are a 501c registered organization in the US, okay, and I think what is unique in our company is that Grameen Foundation has been, I would say, the hub, okay, for poverty alleviation activities, and I think what is unique with us is that we continue to evolve and modernize the way we look at poverty alleviation.
What do you think is the largest obstacle the payments technology industry has to overcome in the coming 12 months?
12 months, okay. Well, 12 months basically is a very short time, I think, to really get over the hump of what I think is the biggest obstacle, which is the rural-based agents. So basically, this would be the payment agents, okay, and its widespread use in the rural areas rather than urban.
What the technology or development really excites you at the moment?
At the moment, I would think it would be the mix, the appropriate mix of the different front-end tools that can be used, because in the market that we serve, for instance, in the poorer areas, okay, we cannot expect them to have everything Android and everything smartphone and everything iOS. So I think an appropriate mix and a balance of different technologies that are practical and easy to use is something that would excite me the most.
What's unique about us? Well, we power some of the biggest brands for mobile money. We're the trusted partner globally for many companies actually to launch a mobile money solution. We'll deliver a turnkey solution to our customers. We are not a hindrance actually or we don't inhibit actually their growth. We in fact actually bring other local companies and innovative approaches and applications to the overall system that's required. We'll bring applications for Android, for iPhone devices as well in order to onboard. Well, we'll manage a cloud-based solution for our customers for sure, actually. But the easiest way to think about Telefin is that we're a PayPal in a box type of company, right? We'll shrink wrap the software, we'll deploy it into a network, we'll put it in the cloud for our customers actually so that our customers can focus on growing their business.
What do you think is the largest obstacle the payments technology industry has to overcome in the coming 12 months?
The obstacle is actually is bringing consumers on board. That's the biggest obstacle. So it would be educating the market as far as what is available, how to use mobile money, why to use mobile money. So it's creating the ecosystem. It's easy to buy a phone. It's hard then to use it, right? It's about educating the consumers on how to use mobile money, why to use mobile money. So that's been the number one obstacle and hurdle globally. And I think looking at Indonesia specifically, there seems to be that issue is here. There's mobile money systems that have been deployed for many years, very little usage.
What do you see as the top priority for Asian banks right now?
The top priority for Asian banks? Well, first of all, Asian banks don't really want to service the unbankable or unbranchable, right? So branchless banking is not part of their core competency. It's not what they're thinking about. They're thinking about actually how to make money actually from that top 1% or that top 10%, right? And commercial banking is where a lot of banks also focus on well, because again, a bank can have many, or a very small set of commercial customers, and they'll make more money off of that small set versus all of their end consumers, right? So I think the focus actually on banks has always been actually on the on the commercial side and not really on the consumer side. I think a renewed focus on consumer lending, consumer banking is what banks in Asia should be focusing on.
What technology or development really excites you at the moment?
Okay. I am from the mobile money space, so I'm really excited by the way the mobile money domain is shaping up. Okay, so in digital payments, in mobile commerce, everyone is moving towards financial inclusion. So my interest is to see it, go to the next level, basically, wherein everybody, like if we talk about Indonesia, not only in Jakarta, but in rural areas or remote areas like Surabaya or the 17,000 islands, they are connected. They have a financial access.
That's cool.
So that is something that really excites me.
What do you see as the top priority for Asian Bank right now?
Okay. See, innovation is a priority, but when they say innovation, it also has its own caveats, So one of the caveat is the system needs to be foolproof. So the priority is innovation. Having said that, there are multiple legs associated. So I think the topmost priority is to make the services available to masses, basically, to come up with innovative access channels to make the services available to all the users, not only their own users, the banked users, but the unbanked users as well. That's the priority, basically.
Who are you looking forward to meeting at Payment Security and Authentication Asia or Mobile Money and Digital Payments Asia?
Okay, so we are looking forward to meet with the telecom operators and also the MFIs, the microfinancial institutes, because these are the institutes or the entities who are shaping up the financial landscape other than the banks, because banks are already there. They have been there, done that, they are innovating it as well. But these are the entities who have got a chance today to actually shape up the financial landscape, not only in Indonesia, but in the entire Asia Pacific region. So I'm very much excited to meet up with these people, basically, telcos and the MFIs.
Yeah.
Actually, it's good to know what is trending now regarding the security, and as I heard in this conference also talking about security and the attacks, it's quite interesting for me, and now to solve it for the future.
What is unique about your company?
Oh, my company is based on security, so that's why this conference is really for us to look for.
What are you looking forward to discussing at Payment Security and Authentication Asia or Mobile Money and Digital Payments Asia?
I'm looking for how we can, as a group, we can come to the conclusion how we can do all the transactions, including the financial or the transaction, very secure way, to make a group as a voice to the world from here. Like we should come to some kind of a conclusion what we can do it in future with us and the next generation who is going to use this mobile as their day-to-day life.
What is unique about your company?
The unique about the National Development Bank is in Sri Lanka is like we do a lot of financial inclusion work, and recently also we want the bankers, the financial inclusion work. So we want to make kind of a difference, not as a traditional financial inclusion, but some kind of a differentiation.
What technology or development really excites you at the moment?
For me, is exciting is like if you take the banking industry or the financial industry, the core is very cost effective. But nowadays, like a lot of wallet-based banking, And so those kind of things, like where you can reach the people, where you can bring the unbanked population and the banked population, I think that is something different. So this technology is evolving them to change the way it is changing, thinking pattern.
What's unique about my company is we are the only mobile network-led mobile money service within the country, within our country. So I'd have to say that's one of the unique things about my company. Apart from that, we provide television, media, so we provide a whole range of services from our company.
What is your vision for the mobile money industry in the next 5 years?
Hoping to have a cashless economy, be able to have growth in terms of added services onto our mobile money wallet, and be able to interoperability, be able to work with other banks, other mobile wallets, both internationally and locally. So my vision is in the next 5 years or 15 years, maybe a cashless economy.
Oh yeah, that's
with more services added to it, so more values added to the wallet. Yeah.
What's unique about my company is that right now we're better positioned than a lot of other companies to meet this, because we brought a lot of, I guess I'm not really well positioned to answer this question, so because I'm only here for a client. So.
Oh yeah. What do you think is going to be most important development in the payment security sector in the next 5 years?
I think interoperability will be most important, and especially establishing what they were just talking about in that last session, the third pillar that's different from retail and from interaction between customer and Swift Bank exchanges. So.
I want to share my experience of mobile commerce in Bangladesh. Bangladesh is a growing market in the field of mobile commerce. We have over 24 million people who have registered for mobile commerce services in Bangladesh, and it is a tremendous success story. I think from my sharing of the insights, other participants would benefit. That's it. And I'm glad to be in this conference. Thank you.
What is unique about your company?
I think my company is very proactive, and it is proactive in embracing new trends in the field of mobile commerce, and we facilitate banks or financial institutions to provide mobile commerce services in Bangladesh.
What is unique about your company?
We provide complete mobile payment solutions, mobile banking, mobile wallet, agency banking for both telecom operators and banks. We are already present in India, Africa, and Bangladesh, and we are expanding to other countries also and continents.
What digital payments development do you think is a game changer in the industry?
It is still evolving. It's a different market. It's a different technology, and definitely there is a potential and there is a need in the market. But it's still an evolving market, and it takes time that how it's going to shape at the end of the day.
And which geographic market do you think is one to watch for defense payment initiative?
So this is the market which you talk about, mobile payments. It's applicable to all the markets. It just depends on that kind of channels and kind of utility which you provide through the mobile payments. So mostly you need to watch for that emerging markets where you have that limitation related to cards, access to bank accounts. There you will get to see lots of tractions and adoptions and movement in payments. In developed market also this is going to happen, but it's not which we have seen till now, as we have seen in emerging markets.
Well, I'm about to moderate the panel entitled "Why is Cash Still King? And what can we do to change this?" And it's a question that I've worked on in Indonesia a lot over the last 2 years, and I think we have in the room a great set of people who come from different parts of the mobile money ecosystem, trying to figure out just that question. And what we're hearing from a lot of speakers today are a lot of different approaches to which one of these mobile money solutions is going to take down cash. Will it come from telco side? Will it come from bank side? Will it come from software side? Or where exactly will it come from? So I'm interested to learn about as much about that question as I can.
What technology or development really excites you at the moment?
Well, I think I'm really excited by a lot of the mobile money offerings from each one of the telcos. And I think it's hard to be excited about them since they've been around for so many years without having really achieved the impact that they really should have. But it's great to see a lot of the people that are in charge of developing those products and thinking about launching big new things in the coming year, and I'm just really excited to see what happens.
So I'm here at Mobile Money Digital Payments and Payment Security Authentication Asia with Rick from UL. Just got to ask him a few questions about the mobile money and payment security scene here in Asia. Rick, what is unique about your company within payment security and authentication?
Well, I think UL is a company over 100 years old. We always say we want to make the world a safer place. Different from other companies, we don't have any particular sort of security authentication solutions. Instead, we are purely independent consultancy as well as laboratories. Most of the time, we're holding our customer hands to help them to achieve higher securities, to help them to understand what could be the evolutions and so on. So in this sense, I think our company in a rather unique position in terms of helping the industries to achieve a higher security status.
And what technology or development really excites you at the moment?
I think, we talk about NFC, we talk about mobile payment for a long time. I'm more into mobile payment, of course. We haven't seen any dramatic development, to be fairly honest. However, the Apple Pay, which is, to be honest, personally, I think that's a very elegant solution. If you look into detail, there's nothing new sort of technology or innovation in there. However, they put the entire process together in a seamless way. In this sense, I think that's quite exciting. Also gives the industry a different perspective in terms of how to drive the market, also to make end customer exciting. So I think that's probably the most exciting sort of product or approach we have seen so far.
And what do you see as the top priority for Asian banks right now?
Well, first of all, Asia is a big area, big region. However, comparing to North America or Europe, I think one of the key actions that Asian banks or payment industry should do is actually to ask the regulators to make the regulation more clear, because we have seen over and over in the Asia region that a lot of the technology or initiatives are somewhat stopped because of the regulations. Especially in some of the Asian countries, the problem is regulation cannot catch up with the advance of technology. This actually stopped a lot of Asian banks from moving forward. So in this sense, I think if the Asian banks can somehow try to push the regulators to catch up on the regulation parts, I think that's probably one of the key aspects.
Hi, I'm here with Sharat Darbola at Mobile Money Asia Digital Payments. I'm just going to ask him a few questions about what's going on here today and about the mobile money industry. So my first question is a simple one. Is NFC dead?
No, not at all. So with Apple Pay coming into the picture, NFCs again got a new life altogether. There's going to be a lot of merchant acceptance of NFC because it has an amazing convenience story, and that's key. Convenience is one of the keys for adoption of consumer adoption. So I don't think NFC is dead at all. It hasn't been dead. It's just that now that Apple Pay is coming into the picture, it's going to get accelerated a lot more.
And will we ever eliminate cash?
I know it's a question that I was trying to answer even last year. We will. At some point we will. Is it going to be 5 years? No, 10 years maybe. But at least in the the 10 to 15 year horizon, I see cash being eliminated. It's good for the economy. Take all the paper circulation out. It adds to a lot of friction costs having physical paper cash in the economy. So you take it out, it's good for the economy in general. So I think it'll be out probably about 15 years from now.
Is interoperability the key to driving critical mass globally?
Absolutely. I keep quoting this famous example, of how SMS adoption went on a viral path once there was interoperability between operators, right? You can send a text between CDMA and SMS providers, sorry, CDMA and GSM providers, and it's the same concept. Right, the fact that you can exchange money between two people, it sounds like the most basic concept. That's all we're trying to do, even with electronic money. I'm using providers A, a mobile wallet, and you're using providers B, mobile wallet, and we can exchange money. So it's simple. Once you do that, it's going to, the adoption is going to go viral.
Yeah. Is digital banking the game changer for the next generation of financial services?
Absolutely. I think in the millennial group, I think it's a game. It's not even a game changer. They take it for granted, right? They're not trying to go to a physical bank branch. When was the last time any one of us went to a branch? So we're already on that path because your phone is basically becoming your bank branch. It's your ATM, and it's everything you want. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be, you can call it next generation, but millennials, they're growing up on a completely new technology. 20 years from now, if we tell them, hey, we used to have a bank branch, they laugh. They say, why? I don't think they're going to see any value in it. I don't think the banks have a lot of value in having these kind of branches because it's very expensive to maintain these branches. I'm not saying they're going to eliminate it completely, but they're going to have some very specialized branches for some specialized products where it's a high-touch environment where they want to sit down and talk to a customer. So it's going to be used more for that.